havoc and have caused widespread damage in Uttarakhand, specifically in the city of Dehradun. 2 people have already been reported missing, while there are others that are still ravaging under floods. There are streets that are inundated, and trees, houses have been washed away. Now, the continuous heavy rainfall has inundated several residential localities as well, leaving roads impassable and residents stranded. Emergency response teams have been deployed and authorities are monitoring the situation closely as damage assessment continues. Here's a ground report that has been filed by my colleague Ratan Neki. Also a reaction from the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami.
कल रात्रि को जो तेज़ बारिश हुई है उससे हमारे यहाँ की सभी नदियाँ उफान पर हैं और कई जगह बादल फटा है। करीब 25-30 स्थानों पर सड़क पूरी तरह से बह गई है। घरों को बहुत नुकसान हुआ है, सरकारी संपत्तियों को नुकसान हुआ है और पूरा जनजीवन अभी अस्त व्यस्त है। उसको सामान्य करने के लिए सभी प्रयास किए जा रहे हैं। बहुत सारे संपर्क मार्ग कट गए हैं। अभी नदियों का जो जल स्तर है वो भी काफ़ी बढ़ा हुआ है। पुल भी खतरे की जद में, आप देख रहे होंगे ये हमारा सोंग और बांदल 2 नदियां यहाँ पर मिलती हैं, उस पुल को भी खतरा हो गया है। उसका जल स्तर कम होगा। हम लोग सभी विभाग हमारे युद्ध स्तर पर काम कर रहे हैं, सभी कोऑर्डिनेशन कर रहे हैं। आज आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी प्रातःकाल सारी जानकारी ली है, उन्होंने चिंता व्यक्त करी और हर प्रकार से हमको आश्वासन दिया है। अपने गृह मंत्री जी ने भी कि हर समय राज्य में जो आपदा आई है, आज देहरादून में जो बड़ी जल भराव और बादल फटने से नुकसान हुआ है उसके बारे में आकलन किया है। मैं उनका भी धन्यवाद भी करता हूँ और हमारा प्रयास है कि हम हर प्रकार से जो आपदा पीड़ित हैं, आपदा प्रभावित हैं, उन सभी को हम लोग हर प्रकार से जो है सहायता करके जनजीवन को फिर से पुनः लाने के लिए सभी विभाग हमारे युद्ध स्तर पर काम कर रहे हैं।
मैं देहरादून के ससेधारा में मौजूद और तस्वीर आप मेरे सामने देख सकते हैं। बर्बादी की तस्वीर पर्यटक स्थल ससेधारा की। यहाँ पर देखिए, आप जहाँ भी नज़र डालेंगे वहाँ पर जल स्तर आपको बढ़ा हुआ नहीं लगेगा। दुकानों के अंदर से पानी निकलता हुआ यहाँ पर नजर आएगा। ये तमाम तस्वीरें हैं। खूबसूरत ससेधारा जहाँ पर लोग आते थे घूमने के लिए, वो पूरी तरह बर्बाद होते हुए नजर आ रहा है। आपदा की चपेट में पूरा ससेधारा एक चला गया है। ये तस्वीरें आप ससेधारा की देख रहे हैं। डरावनी ये तस्वीरें, सब कुछ यहाँ पर तहस नहस हो गया। लोगों की जो जीविका थी वो यहाँ पर बर्बाद हो चुकी है। देखिए खूबसूरत ससेधारा, ऊपर ट्रोलिया से यहाँ पर लोग बैठ करके यहाँ पर जाते थे, घूमने जाते थे कि उस स्थान पे भी देखिए यहाँ पे भूस्खलन हुआ है। देखिए ऊपर ट्रॉली के सारे लोग ऊपर जाते थे, घूमते थे। सुंदर यहाँ पर नज़ारा पर्यटक स्थल, और यहाँ पे भी देखिए भूस्खलन हुआ है। और ये तमाम तस्वीरें ससेधारा की आप देख सकते हैं किस तरह यहाँ पर आपदा ने जमकर अपना कहर बरपाया। ये बर्बादी की तस्वीरें ये आपके सामने आप अपनी टीवी स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हैं। और मैं इसकी दूसरी तरफ आपको दिखाना चाहूँगा, यहाँ पर भी मेरे सहयोगी आपको दूसरी तरफ की तस्वीर दिखाएंगे। देखिए नदी का जलस्तर लगातार बढ़ा है। यहाँ पर भी देखिए जो मकान है वो लगातार देखिए यहाँ पर भी देखिए पूरी तरह से होटल्स हैं, ढाबे हैं, ये पूरी तरह से यहाँ पर कालीघाट के ससेधारा के ये जमींदोज यहाँ पर हो रहे हैं। और ये इसकी तरफ अगर नज़र डालेंगे तो देखिए ये भी यहाँ पर जल्दी जाने वाला है। ये तमाम जो है ये नदी किनारे जो रेस्टोरेंट यहाँ पर बना है ये भी यहाँ पर जाने वाला है, क्योंकि लगातार पानी इसके पास से आ रहा है। ये भी जगह लगातार छोड़ रहा है। तो ये तमाम जो बर्बादी की तस्वीरें हैं पर्यटक ससेधारा की है। इसका नुकसान काफ़ी यहाँ पर हुआ है। मुख्यमंत्री धामी ने लगातार अधिकारी को उचित दिशा निर्देश दिए, ग्राउंड जीरो पर लगातार वो मौजूद रहे। लेकिन जो तस्वीर मैं आपको ससेधारा की दिखा रहा हूँ, ये जो बदहाली की तस्वीर आप ससेधारा की मेरे साथ देख रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं ये तस्वीर डरावनी है, भयानक है। लगातार उत्तराखंड में आपदा लगातार आ रही है, चाहे थराली की आपदा हो, चाहे यहाँ पर धराली की आपदा की बात की जाए, बूढ़ा टीरी बूढ़ा केदार की आपदा की बात की जाए, हरसिल की बात की जाए, सुंदर पर्यटक स्थल की बात की जाए। इन तस्वीरों को देखकर दिल रोता है, क्योंकि सुंदर पर्यटक स्थल ससेधारा है आज ये बर्बाद हो गया है। उत्तराखंड में पहाड़ से लेकर मैदान तक हर तरफ हाहाकार मचा हुआ है। हर तरफ नदी अपने उफान पर है, चाहे सोंग नदी हो चाहे मालन नदी हो। ये तस्वीर में देहरादून के माल देवता क्षेत्र की आपको दिखा रहा हूँ। सड़क पूरी तरह से वासआउट हो चुकी है। ये टीवी स्क्रीन पर ये तमाम तस्वीरें देखिए, यहाँ के आसपास के गांव का जनजीवन अस्त व्यस्त हो चुका है। ऐसी तस्वीरें उत्तराखंड के हर तरफ से देखने को मिल रही है। तबाही का यह भयंकर मंजर राजधानी देहरादून के माल देवता क्षेत्र का मंजर है। यहाँ नदियां, मालन नदी हो, सोंग नदी हो, सब अपने उफान पर बहती हुई नजर आ रही देखिए, ये तमाम तस्वीर देखिए, इसके आसपास के जो गांव हैं उनकी कनेक्टिविटी टूट चुकी है। मेरे सहयोगी आपको दिखा रहे हैं, पूरी सड़क यहां से वॉश आउट हो चुकी है। कल देर रात ससेधारा में भी बादल फटा, जहां पर कई दुकानें वहां पर जमींदोज हो चुकी हैं, 2 लोग मिस हो चुके हैं। लेकिन ये आप तस्वीर देखिए, नदी अपने उफान पर है, सड़क वॉश आउट हो चुकी है। मुख्यमंत्री पुष्कर सिंह धामी कल देर रात से ही लगातार राहत कार्य बचाव में जुटे हुए हैं। आपदा प्रबंधन तंत्र के तमाम अधिकारियों को उचित दिशा निर्देश उन्होंने दिए हैं। लोगों को नदी किनारे जो लोग रहते थे उन्हें सुरक्षित स्थानों पर पहुंचाया जा चुका है। लेकिन इस भयानक तस्वीर को आप अपनी टीवी स्क्रीन पर देखिए, यह बता रही है आपदा के हाल, यह बता रही है जख्म, क्या थराली हो, क्या धराली हो। उसके बाद देहरादून की यह तस्वीर डराने लायक है। हर कोई सहमा हुआ है कि आखिर इस बार प्रलय जो अपना खौफनाक ये तस्वीर दिखा रही है, हर किसी की आंखें नम है। बहरहाल माल का नुकसान हुआ है, 2 लोग लापता है। ऐसी तस्वीर जो सड़कें टूटी हुई है, वो अगर बात की जाए तो हरिद्वार मार्ग पर भी सड़क टूटी हुई है, वॉश आउट हो चुका है। ये मालदेव क्षेत्र की तस्वीर है जहाँ पर सड़क वॉश आउट हो चुकी है। और ऐसी तमाम तस्वीरें और भी प्रदेश से देखने को मिल रही है।
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
And here's a quick check of the other stories that we're tracking in Bharat in 1 minute. Dehradun was placed under red alert on Tuesday morning after heavy rainfall triggered a cloudburst, causing the Tamsa River to overflow and flood parts of the city. Debris came into the main market, causing damage to hotels, shops. The Indian Meteorological Department has warned of extremely heavy downpour in Dehradun and Tehri Garhwal, along with thunderstorms and gusty winds. Indian boxers returned to a rousing welcome at Delhi's IGI airport after wrapping up their campaign at the World Boxing Championship 2025 in Liverpool. With 4 medals, including 2 golds, Jasmine and Meenakshi Huda were crowned world champions, while Nupur Sharon secured a silver and an Olympian Pooja Rani settled for bronze. The Haryana government has given in principle approval for the Delhi government to take over the ITO barrage. The move is aimed at improving the city's control over Yamuna water flow. The ITO barrage, also called the Indraprastha barrage, that came under spotlight during July 2023 floods when 5 of its 32 gates were jammed, leading to rising water levels in East Delhi. And a week after violent protests were done in Nepal that led to the collapse of the KP Oli government, the new interim government led by Sushila Karki has now come into effect. Here's a detailed report on that.
Nepal's first Prime Minister Sushila Karki appointed Kulman Ghishing, Rameshwar Khanal and Om Prakash Aryal as ministers. The appointment of 3 new ministers comes as the interim government prepares to hold fresh elections in March. The oath-taking ceremony was conducted at the President's office, Sheetal Nivas, Maharajganj, which was attacked and set on fire by protesters. The interim government appointed Kalman Gurung as the Energy Minister, Rameshwar Khanal as the Finance Minister and Om Prakash Aryal as the Home Minister. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Karki spoke at the conference regarding the steps that the Himalayan country needs to take to end corruption, bring good governance and economic equality.
समान आर्थिक समानताको कुराहरूका मागहरू गरेको हुनाले त्यो पूरा गर्नलाई हामी तपाईहरुले अठोट गर्नुपर्ने अवस्था छ.
Karki took the oath of office after an agreement with protesters. She was a popular figure while serving as the Supreme Court's Chief Justice in 2016 and 17. She was also known for standing against corruption in the government.
अहिले आन्तरिक हो, अहिले 6 महिनाको लागि अहिले स्थायी रूपमा नहुना कारणले अहिले त्यही उहाँले नै चुज गर्नु भएको छ. उहाँ कानुन विज्ञ हुनुहुन्छ सुशीला कार्की, त्यही भएर उहाँले चुज गरेको हो. अहिले चुनाव भएपछि अनि फेरि हामीले युवालाई नै चुनेर प्रधानमन्त्री बनाउने योजना राख्यौं.
Last week's massive demonstration that was sparked by a short-lived social media ban ended with at least 72 people killed and hundreds wounded. The army stepped in to impose a curfew and finally agreed to make Karki the head of an interim government that will hold elections in 6 months. Sushila Karki's appointment ended days of political uncertainty that followed the abrupt resignation of former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. Looking at the current scenario of Nepal, the people of the country has put their best hope onto the interim government.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
One question that came to my mind was, how did so many people gather at one place at a particular time? So obviously, from what I've understood from what you've said, there were people asking for students to gather in different places, correct?
No. It was like the place was fixed. The time was fixed.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
We would also like to respond to the surprising, shallow and ill-informed remarks made by Switzerland, a close friend and partner. All the more important for Switzerland to avoid wasting the Council's time with narratives that are blatantly false and do not do justice to the reality of India.
Here we call on the government to take effective measures to protect minorities and uphold the rights to the freedom of expression and the freedom of the media. Here we call on the government to take effective measures to protect minorities and uphold the rights to the freedom of expression and the freedom of the media.
That have made remarks regarding India. We are compelled once again to address provocations from a country whose own leadership recently likened it to a dump truck. Perhaps an inadvertently apt metaphor for a state that continues to deposit recycled falsehoods and stale propaganda before this distinguished council. Pakistan's systematic abuse of this forum, coupled with its routine manipulation of the OIC as its mouthpiece, has become a familiar pattern. Its pathological fixation on India appears to provide it with existential validation. Yet, we must respond, lest we forget.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. watching Republic.
Delhi police to verify the health status of the accused husband, likely to take him into custody today. Almost 48 hours after Delhi BMW hit and crash, Delhi police yet to release critical CCTV footage of the case. ED investigates illegal betting app scam. Former cricketer Robin Uttar has been summoned. Amit tussled with the AIADMK General Secretary Palaniswamy to meet Amit Shah in New Delhi today. India-US back at table for trade pact I breakthrough amid tariff standoff. Houses IT parks submerged as heavy rain triggers cloudburst in Dehradun. Anand Veil Kumar has now bagged a gold medal in 1,000 meter sprint at World Speed Skating Championship. Delhi police confirms that blood sample report of accused Gaganpreet has been reported to be negative for alcohol. So back-to-back updates coming in here, viewers on Republic TV. This is coming in as accused woman Gaganpreet Kaur in the high-profile BMW crash case, which claimed the life of a Deputy Secretary of the Finance Ministry. Navjot Singh has been sent to a 2-day judicial custody. Accident occurred on Sunday when Gaganpreet's BMW hit Navjot Singh's motorcycle near the Delhi Cantonment Metro Station on Ring Road. Now, Republic TV is asking very important questions here about how the owners of the BMW took Navjot 19 kilometers away, asking multiple questions about what led to the delay. And in fact, that could have led, if things were more smooth, maybe Navjot could have been alive. So right now, the investigation has really picked up pace. Delhi police has confirmed the blood sample report of the accused Gaganpreet has been reported to be negative for alcohol because there were some reports and allegations which were coming in that perhaps the accused was inebriated during when the accident had happened. So this is what we see right now, viewers. Huge updates coming in, big breakings coming in on the BMW luxury killing. Let's move to the next set of breaking updates coming in, viewers, because we are getting the biggest expose on the BMW luxury killing. Police likely to take accused husband in custody. So that is the next set of breaking updates we're getting for you right now, viewers. Remember that the next step, it looks like the accused husband's custody is next. It's a big update already in terms of the investigation picking up pace here. This is coming in after the accused woman was sent to a 2-day judicial custody. Now, the police is likely to take the accused husband in custody. That is going to happen next. I really want to go across to my colleague who's joining us right now. We have with us Akil joining us. Akil, I'm coming across to you. And Akil, now the story is moving very fast. One angle is that Republic is asking the right questions. And after Republic TV has asked the right questions, we see that the investigation has really picked up pace. Now we see the next step is very likely that the accused husband could be taken into custody.
Well, if you see Shivangi, right now what has happened that the blood sample report has come out and that has turned out to be negative in this case. So there was no alcohol which was found in the bloodstream of the accused. So right now the Delhi police is further investigating the entire matter right now in that regard.
All right, we are seeing that back to our updates are coming in right now. We're on Republic TV, and let's talk a little bit more about also what the blood sample is saying about the woman. Remember that there were a lot of reports which were doing the round, specifically about the woman being inebriated while driving the BMW. However, from what we understand, Gagan Preet, the accused, has been reported to be negative for alcohol. All right, we will go back. We will go back to Akil on that in a short while from now. But just these pictures which are on your screen is showing the moments after the impact which took place. And these pictures of Navjot's father, of Navjot's family members who are asking for justice, in this case. Back-to-back updates coming in, viewers on Republic TV. Let's move ahead right now to some of the biggest updates that we're getting for our viewers. Okay, viewers, move ahead right now. Remember, the former IAS officer Pooja Kherkar's family is back in the headlines. Fresh charges which have been made against Pooja Kherkar's mother now. There's fresh trouble coming in for the family. Let's take a look at this report for more.
The family of sacked IAS officer Pooja Kherkar is once again under the scanner. This time in a bizarre abduction case involving a missing truck driver. Pooja's mother, Manorama Kherkar, faces fresh allegations of aiding suspects. These are the visuals from Monday afternoon when Navi Mumbai police raided the Pune home of Manorama Kherkar. They were searching for Prahlad Suryavanshi, a truck helper who vanished after a road rage incident last week.
पुलिस यहाँ तपास करने के लिए आए थे, उनको हमने मदद भी दी थी और वो सब पत्थर मनोरमा खेड़कर के बंगले के पास गए थे जहाँ वो उसका विक्टिम का वो लोकेशन था, वहाँ गए थे। वहाँ मनोरमा खेड़कर और उनके साथी हैं, उन्होंने कोऑपरेट नहीं किया, गेट बंद किया था, वो भी उन्होंने नहीं निकाला और जो गाड़ी थी इसमें वो भी ये करने के लिए उन्होंने कोई कोऑपरेट नहीं किया। उसके वजह से नई मुंबई पते के जो ऑफिसर थे उन्होंने चतुर्सिंगी पुलिस स्टेशन में आकर उन्होंने कंप्लेंट दिया था। उनके कंप्लेंट के जरिए हमने गुना दाखिल किया है। इसमें मनोरमा खेड़कर और उनके साथी के ऊपर गुना दाखिल हुआ है।
What they found shocked investigators. Suryavanshi locked inside a room at the Kherkar bungalow, allegedly held against his own will by family associates. Manorama Kherkar has been booked under sections for wrongful confinement and non-cooperation with police. Sources say she was present during the raid but refused to answer any questions, prompting a formal case against her for aiding the accused in the initial road rage assault. The truck driver, who was rescued unharmed, told the police that he was lured to the home under false pretenses and confined for days. This is not the first time Manorama Kherkar has courted controversy. Just over a year ago, in July 2024, a viral video captured her brandishing a loaded pistol during a fierce argument with the local farmers. The family was accused of trying to forcibly acquire farmland for a resort project. Manorama was arrested shortly after, charged with rioting and illegal possession of arms. Though she was granted bail, the incident painted the Kherkars as symbols of entitlement and power misuse. The gun episode came amid daughter Pooja's own downfall, sacked from the IAS for faking disabilities and OBC status to gain the UPSC exam. As police deepen their probe, questions swirl about Kherkar family's influence and possible political connections. Manorama is expected to be summoned again.
Coming in right now, viewers, Pooja Kherkar's family is absconding now. This is coming in the backdrop of the fresh trouble that we see for Pooja Kherkar's family. Pooja Kherkar's father, Dilip Kherkar, and mother, Manorama, absconding. Security guard is also absconding. Police is searching for him. Big update coming in right now, viewers. This is coming in after Dilip Kherkar, the father of the sacked IAS officer Pooja Kherkar, and his bodyguard had kidnapped the helper of a truck rescued from their home in Pune because the luxury SUV had collided with a vehicle and they wanted him to compensate for the damage. And now we see the officials say that Dilip Khedkar and his wife are believed to be on the run after telling the police that they would visit the police station. So the father and mother of Pooja Khedkar both are absconding. I want to go to Satya Prakash from Khedkar's residence in Pune. Yes, Satya Prakash, what is the latest? Looks like the family of Pooja Khedkar, they're on the run.
देखिए, पूजा खेड़कर का परिवार फरार हो चुका है। मैं इस समय पूजा खेड़कर घर के बाहर मौजूद हूँ। ये देखिए तस्वीरें, देखिए यहाँ पर नोटिस लगाया गया था रबाले पुलिस द्वारा, लेकिन ये नोटिस को फाड़ दिया गया है और पूजा खेड़कर का परिवार पूरी तरह से फरार हो चुका है। जो यहाँ पर पूजा खेड़कर के पिता दिलीप खेड़कर और माता जो मनोरमा खेड़कर थी मौजूद, कल यहाँ पे मौजूद थी, लेकिन अभी आज फरार हो चुकी है। रबाले पुलिस लगातार ढूंढ रही है, क्योंकि जिस तरह से 2 मामले दर्ज हुए हैं, एक मामला जो है निवामे में दर्ज हुआ है जो कि किडनैपिंग का मामला है, दूसरा जो है मनोरमा के खिलाफ जो दर्ज हुआ है पुलिस काम में जो बाधा डाला है उसके खिलाफ हुआ है। 14 सितंबर को जब पुलिस रबाले पुलिस की टीम यहाँ पे आई थी तो पूजा खेड़कर की मां ने पुलिस को रोका था और पुलिस के ऊपर कुत्ते छोड़ दिए थे। पुलिस को भगाने के लिए कुत्ते छोड़ा गया था, उसके खिलाफ कहीं मामला पुणे में दर्ज हुआ है। फिलहाल रबाले पुलिस लगातार ढूंढ रही है। गाड़ियां मौजूद है, कई गाड़ियां मौजूद है, लेकिन जो ब्लैक कलर की गाड़ी थी वो भी गायब हो चुकी है। पुलिस लगातार लोकेशन ट्रेस करने की कोशिश कर रही है, लेकिन पूजा खेड़कर के माता पिता दोनों फरार हो चुके हैं। घर पर कोई भी मौजूद नहीं है, सुरक्षा गार्ड जो मौजूद रहता था वो भी मौजूद नहीं है। पुलिस ने नोटिस चिपकाया है, लेकिन परिवार का कुछ पता नहीं चल पा रहा। लगातार पुलिस ढूंढ रही है, तलाश कर रही है। यहाँ देखिए तस्वीरें देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे बाकायदा रबाले पुलिस टीम आई थी और नोटिस लगाया था, नोटिस को भी फाड़ दिया गया है और घर के अंदर कोई भी मौजूद नहीं है, सभी लोग फरार हो चुके हैं। लगातार पुलिस कहना है कि हम ढूंढ रहे हैं, क्योंकि जिस तरह से किडनैपिंग किया गया है, हेल्पर को जिस तरह से ट्रक के हेल्पर को किडनैपिंग करके लाकर इसी घर में रखा गया था एक दिन, और जब पुलिस की टीम यहाँ पे पहुंची, क्योंकि लोकेशन ट्रेस करते हुए पुलिस टीम पहुंची हुई थी, और जैसे ही अंदर जाने की कोशिश किया वैसे ही जो पूजा खेड़कर की मां ने इसी गेट पर उसको रोका पुलिस को, और जब पुलिस की टीम अंदर गई वैसे ही कुत्ते को छोड़ दिया पुलिस के ऊपर, क्योंकि पति को बचाना था, दिलीप खेड़कर को बचाना था। दूसरे रास्ते से दिलीप खेड़कर को यहाँ से निकाला गया, तब से दिलीप खेड़कर फरार है। लगातार रबाले पुलिस इस मामले को लेकर जांच कर रही है, ढूंढ रही है। वहीं पुणे पुलिस भी लगातार मनोरमा को बुला रही है पूछताछ के लिए, क्योंकि जिस तरह से मनोरमा ने पुलिस को रोका था, पुलिस पर कुत्ते छोड़ा था, उसको लेकर भी जांच करना शुरू कर दिया है। जी।
All right, thank you for getting those details. I'll be coming back to you for more on the story. And we'll have to move ahead right now. We're getting some more updates coming in. We'll shift our focus to Delhi right now. There's some updates coming in regards to some organized crime that looks like is right now. The police radar is on organized crime. This is what a massive crackdown, by the way, by the viewers. The Delhi police has launched a coordinated operation with 25 teams from Gorakhpur district, simultaneously raiding 25 gangster hideouts across Delhi and Haryana NCR, involving around 380 personnel. The operation led to the recovery of a bulletproof car, several high-end luxury vehicles, including Mercedes and Audi models, a large amount of cash and cashier weapons. The raids mark a significant offensive against gangster networks operating in the region. So this is what we see right now, viewers. And this is coming at the backdrop of crackdown on organized crime. 25 locations raided by 380 police and luxury cars, weapon, all of this, cash, all of this has been recovered. So 380 personnel of police have raided and cracked down on organized crime. Mega crackdown on organized crime coming in right now, viewers. A massive crackdown on organized crime. The Delhi police launched a coordinated operation with 25 teams from Gorakhpur district, simultaneously raiding 25 gangster hideouts across Delhi and Haryana NCR, involving around 380 personnel. The operation led to recovery of a bulletproof car, several high-end luxury vehicles, including Mercedes and Audi models, a large amount of cash and a cache of weapons. All right, so move right now, viewers. Let's have a look at this report where the BSF has once again been very successful at stopping Pakistan from making its tricks succeed again. That is right. Pakistan has been trying to smuggle arms into India, and BSF has cracked down on it. Let's have a look at this report for more.
In a big success for the Border Security Force, BSF has foiled a major attempt of smuggling of the ammunition and arms into the Indian territory from across the border. This was late last night when the consignment was dropped from the other side, though it is unclear whether it was a dead drop or drone drop. It was done in the Arnia sector's Budhwar post, where the troops of the Border Security Force, the alert troops, they saw the consignment, after which they launched a massive search operations in the area. And during the searches, they have recovered one Russian-made AK series rifle, suspected. It is said that it is an AK-47 rifle, along with the magazine and some ammunition that has been recovered. It is believed that it was being sent for some major terror strike that needs to be carried out, because if I can show you on this very side, you will see that this is the fence. So this area is very close to the Indo-Pakistan international border, almost on the verge of it. This is the Indian fence that is there. So it was ahead of the fence that the dropping was done, but due to the alertness of the troops of Border Security Force in collaboration with the intel agencies, they have foiled this attempt of smuggling of weapons into the Indian territory.
And getting you summer breaking is coming in. A major crackdown on corruption. The Chief Minister's Vigilance and Anti-Corruption team conducted a raid at the Gota Nagar residence of ACS officer Nupur Bora, who's currently serving as the circle officer of Gorakhpur. The raids were carried out in connection with alleged irregularities committed during her earlier tenure in Barpeta. Okay, raids under disproportionate assets case. Pictures coming in. The raids are happening in Assam. Officials said that they have seized 1 crore in cash and a significant quantity of gold as part of the disproportionate assets investigation. Following this, the Bora was arrested and taken into custody. So there are some pictures that we're getting for our viewers. 2 crores of cash and gold in total has been seized in this case. Major crackdown on corruption. CM's Vigilance and Anti-Corruption team has conducted a raid at the Gota Nagar residence of ACS officer Nupur Bora, who is currently serving as the circle officer of Gorakhpur. The raids were carried out in connection with alleged irregularities committed during her earlier tenure in Barpeta. Officials seized 1 crore in cash and a significant quantity of gold as part of a disproportionate assets investigation. Following the raid, Bora was arrested and taken into custody. Okay, let's go across to Aniruddha, who's joining us. Aniruddha, pictures coming in of the amount of money, cash, which has been recovered. This is from an ACS officer, the residence of the ACS officer. If you could just help our viewers understand what exactly has happened so far, what are the allegations coming in? And we believe the ACS officer has also been arrested simultaneously.
Yes, in fact, yesterday when these raids were carried out at the residence of Nupur, the ACS officer at that time at Nupur Bora's residence, cash worth around 1 crore approximately has been seized by the CM Vigilance, and apart from the 1 crore worth of cash, also gold jewelry worth in several lakhs, approximately more than 70 lakhs, were also seized from her residence. In fact, it has been learned that the raids were conducted at 2 places, and in both the places, subsequent amount of cash has been recovered. The CM Vigilance have meanwhile arrested Nupur Bora and have forwarded her to for the investigation. The investigation will continue. It has been learned that Nupur was allegedly taking bribe and she was facilitating transfer of land from non-Muslims to Muslims, and which in fact has a proper procedure to be followed instead of direct transfer, but taking bribe. Nupur Bora was facilitating the transfer through illegal means, and she was under the scanner of the CM Vigilance for at least last 6 months. And yesterday, when the CM Vigilance got the information that she is in her residence in Kotanagar area of Maligaon, then police immediately swung into action.
That's right. Anil is getting a stop updates coming in. The team is raiding the residence of ACS officer Nupur Bora, was arrested. ₹2 crore cash has been, and gold has been seized. All right, let's move ahead right now to some of the other stories that we are tracking here on Public TV. All right, let's move on to the big story that we have been covering for our viewers, and this is coming in from Dallas. After the murder, the gruesome murder of an Indian man, Republic TV has been on the ground and is getting us this special report. Remember that this story of the gruesome murder of an Indian man in a motel has drawn sharp criticism here in India and has also it simultaneously led to a blackout in the American media. Here's more, take a look.
Arrest of Yordanis Cobos Martinez, a Cuban national who has confessed to a brutal and horrific crime of the beheading of Chandramouli Nagamalaya, an Indian-origin motel manager in Dallas. This man with a lengthy criminal record, multiple arrests for violent crimes, and an unresolved illegal immigration status has been held without bond on charges of capital murder.
This incident happened in Dallas, Texas, in a motel called Downtown Suites, right across a golf course where I am standing right now. This place is very close to Interstate 30. The incident described as Yordanis Cobos Martinez, an illegal resident in the United States, attacked the manager of this Downtown Suites, Mr. Chandramouli Nagamalaya. Nagamalaya asked Martinez not to use a broken washing machine using a translator. Martinez got angry and he attacked Nagamalaya using a machete. Nagamalaya ran out of the motel and Martinez followed him. He attacked him and cut his throat, and he removed his head out of his body. He kicked his head into the parking lot, and later on he put that head into the nearby dumpster that was situated right next to the motel office.
What haunts us most is the manner in which this crime unfolded. Nagamalaya was mercilessly attacked and killed right before the eyes of his wife and 18-year-old son by his own co-worker, and his family watched helplessly as a man they trusted turned into a monster. This tragic event stares us in the face amidst a troubling backdrop. While legal Indian immigrants face increasing discrimination and anti-India sentiments in parts of the United States, it is a bitter irony that a dangerous illegal immigrant with multiple criminal charges against him was allowed to live freely in the community, not just undeterred, but unseen, unchallenged, without the public outrage that this tragedy demands. Only Indian media networks seem to be reporting from Dallas, while American media blacks out the incident.
We approached the motel staff and they were not ready to comment on the incident. We tried to speak to many people in this area and none of them were ready to come in front of the camera and comment on this incident. Martinez is now under police custody, and the incident is now being investigated by the police.
Right up, we are live in breaking. We'll put our focus on some of the other stories we're tracking specifically. Almost 48 hours after Delhi BMW hit-and crash, Delhi police yet to release critical CCTV footage of the case.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Gorakhpur and Amity University.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा सबका राजा और प्योर मसाला।
Not counting gang violence. Great.
You get the worst ideas when you have secularism. Men give birth. No borders. America's a terrible country. These things are almost all outgrowths of secularism. But this generation, you guys want something deeper. You want something more.
U.S. most fiery right-wing speaker and U.S. President Donald Trump's close ally, Charlie Kirk, was shot dead. He was shot straight in the neck while giving speech at a uni in Utah.
Just fired a firearm. Shots fired at UVU, Charlie Kirk, Turning Point.
The 31-year-old was U.S.'s most fiery right-wing speaker.
Speaking to you in my personal capacity tonight as a 26-year-old, I see the angst of young people as well as the challenges facing new parents. I am here tonight to tell you, to warn you, that this election is a decision between preserving America as we know it and eliminating everything that we love. To hold down the good, decent middle-class patriots striving to build a family and pursue a decent life.
So who was Charlie Kirk?
If you want to have a privileged life in America, very simple. Start acting a certain way. Do not.
What do you mean act a certain way?
Get married to one person and stay married to that person and don't abandon them, of which 75% of black men do.
So, okay, we have 2 black men right here. By that statistic, one of us is not going to get married to one woman. So,
okay, I hope you guys defy the odds.
Okay, so do you
were you raised by a two-parent
Yes,
household?
I was.
Okay, good. And that's why you are probably here, because that elevates my argument. Our belief system is that you come down to the most foundational family unit. And when that breaks down so severely, don't be shocked if that group, when it acts that way, stays in poverty over a longer period of time.
I said capitalism is a dead vampire that feasts on the blood of the working class.
Capitalism is a deadly vampire that feasts on the blood of the working class.
Yeah.
very good afternoon. Thank you for staying with us this Tuesday. I'm Oyana Mitra with you, coming live from the Republic Newsroom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are tracking the Delhi BMW cover-up story very, very closely. It's a Republic special investigation exposing what the Delhi police could not in the last 48 hours. So that and a lot more for you. But first, the headlines at 12:30. Delhi police to verify the health status of the accused's husband, likely to take him into custody today. Brendan Lynch, Assistant US Trade Representative, arrives in New Delhi for crucial India-US trade talks. Former cricketer Robin Uthappa summoned by ED on the 22nd of September in money laundering case. Amid tussle with AIADMK, General Secretary EPS to meet Union Home Minister Amit Shah in the national capital today. 2 killed after a massive cloudburst occurred in the outskirts of Uttarakhand's Dehradun. Alert issued for 3 districts. And Anand Kumar Velkumar bags a gold medal in 1000-meter sprint at World Speed Skating Championship. All right, we cut across to live shots coming in from the national capital. This is victim Navjot Singh's family that has now reached the New Life Hospital. These are latest shots that are coming in. You can see over there. In fact, just a while back, we reported viewers that the Delhi police was reaching New Life Hospital to take custody of the killer driver Gaganpreet's husband next. This as killer driver Gaganpreet has been sent to 2-day judicial custody. Investigation into the case is picking pace. These are latest shots that are coming in. Remember, viewers, it was 2 days ago that Finance Deputy Secretary Navjot Singh was brutally killed in a hit-and-run case in Dholakua. And Republic TV is exclusively investigating the angle of cover-up. Several questions have been raised against the Delhi police. Question number 1 being, why is it that the Delhi police failed to secure police custody of... All right, let's listen in.
मैंने ना सिर्फ अपने दोस्त को खोया, मेरा सबसे प्यारा भाई था। मेरे हर सुख दुख, हर उस परिस्थिति में मेरे साथ खड़ा रहता था, जिसकी कि मैं मतलब अभी मैं उसको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकता। आज उसका क्रिमिनेशन है और साथ में
All right, let's go across to breaking news that we're tracking. This is an investigation by Republic TV, which has uncovered a link now between Gaganpreet, the accused of the hit-and-run case in Delhi, and New Life Hospital. According to the investigation, Gaganpreet's father, Javinder Singh, is a director and shareholder of New Life Advanced Diagnostics Private Limited, the company that owns the hospital. Documents now reveal that Javinder Singh's directional position is still active. Directorial position, I beg your pardon, is still active. As per the latest filings, the Delhi police have been searching for connections between Gaganpreet and the hospital for 48 hours. And this development has now raised questions about potential ties between the accused and the hospital. And the police are likely to investigate further to determine the nature of this connection. That is the big breakthrough. This is the big breaking news that we're tracking at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go across to our reporters on the ground for more information. Let's go across to Akhil and Aditya joining me live from the national capital. Akhil, over to you first. This is the first confirmation of a direct link between the killer driver Gaganpreet and New Life Hospital.
Well, that's right. If you see, the Delhi Police Southwest District team is trying to establish the connection between the accused and the New Life Hospital. Because if you see, when that incident took place, the accident took place in the Southwest District, and after that, the victim was taken from that very place to the North Campus region in the North District, what we have seen in Mukherjee Nagar New Life Hospital. So the victim was taken approximately 19 kilometers away from the very spot. And if you see in the periphery, the radius of that very spot within the 3 kilometers kilometer range. There were several private and government hospitals, but the victim was not taken over there in a nearby hospital. So what was the link, and why Gaganpreet took the victim to the New Life Hospital? That is being investigated by the Delhi police right now.
Yes. Aditya, one of the main questions that Republic TV has continuously been raising is that why was the victim Navjot Singh taken to a hospital 19 kilometers away from the accident spot when there were several multi-specialty hospitals within a nearer radius? And now with this investigation that Republic TV has done, is it like a more solid confirmation that, the accused Gaganpreet and her husband took Navjot to a hospital because they had connections with the board of directors over there?
Well, see, now it's quite clear that the very reason for which the victim was brought to the New Life Hospital was just because of her influence and the power, the position which her father held in the hospital. He was the director at the hospital and the shareholder, and which was accessed by the Republic Network through the MCA filings, which is very clearly saying that as per the
All right, we'll connect to Aditya in just a bit. But ladies and gentlemen, this is an Republic special investigation blowing the lid off of Delhi's VVIP killer, Gaganpreet. It is now confirmed that there is a link between the killer driver and New Life Hospital. This is undeniable proof that Republic TV has put forward. Gaganpreet's father, ladies and gentlemen, Javinder Singh, is a director and shareholder of New Life. And this essentially corroborates, a theory as to why, questions as to why victim Navjot, who was bleeding to death for 19 kilometers, was taken to a hospital that is so far away from the accident spot and not to one, and not being given treatment at a hospital which was nearby the accident spot. The documents are out. The latest filing still shows that killer driver Gaganpreet's father, Javinder, is the director of New Life Hospital. All right, I'm told that Aditya is back with us. Aditya, you were telling us about how this investigation has now, how Republic TV has broken open this investigation and established something which the Delhi police could not in the last 48 hours.
Well, absolutely. The point is now very much clear that the power, the position which he held in the hospital was the reason for which the victim was brought 19 kilometers from Gorakhpur to the hospital, which is now very much clear, as the power which he held as a director and a shareholder at the hospital made him influence and could made him forge the whole process at the hospital. Now, this is quite clear, quite evident as per the document which has been accessed by the Republic Network.
Yes. Absolutely. In fact, just to give you more details, viewers, the Delhi police has taken 48 hours trying to establish a link between the killer driver Gaganpreet and New Life Hospital. In fact, it was yesterday that we brought you those exclusive responses from the family of Navjot, claiming absolute negligence by the authorities, and with Navjot's son Navnoor, in fact, coming out to say that his father's life could have been saved. After which, it was Republic TV which relentlessly raised questions as to why victim Navjot was driven to a hospital. Firstly, not in an ambulance, but in a van that transport goods. Secondly, driven to a hospital which is 19 kilometers away, whereas we have established that there are at least 7 to 8 super multi-speciality hospitals within a 5 to 10 kilometer radius. And today, it is Republic TV which is essentially breaking open the facts, laying bare the facts of the case, and establishing how there is a link between killer driver Gaganpreet's family and the New Life board of directors. It is now confirmed, in fact, that Gaganpreet's father, Javinder Singh, is a director and shareholder of New Life. New Life Hospital has been registered as New Life Advanced Diagnostics Private Limited. The documents which we are showing on our screens, viewers, shows that the latest filing still shows that her father, Javinder, is the director. So this is undeniable proof. It's on black and white, it's on paper. And this essentially establishes the cover-up link which Republic TV has been exposing so far. And all right, viewers, as we continue to track this case, this is the latest development that is coming in. The document that you see on your screens essentially establishes the big family cover-up plot. This is a bigger plot, a larger conspiracy of sorts to really subdue what has happened in the last 48 hours. All right, we have Aditya back with us. Aditya, my next question to you is, now that a direct link has been established between the hospital authorities and the killer driver Gaganpreet, what sort of action do we expect the Delhi police to take? Because, this is now out in the media. Certainly, we are not going to stop pursuing this, and the family demands justice.
Well, the first, there has been now this after this link, which has been now suppressed by the public network. It's quite clear that the father and the daughter, they both were co-collaborators, they both were co-conspirators in this act. In this act of trying to defeat the rule of law, trying to defend their act of violation of every possible conduct which could have been done here. So now the whole point is that the father and the daughter both should be in the purview, both in the ambit of the law, and the law should take its course, considering that the both were in a very much position which they exploited, they used to bend the law in their favor. But after this expose by the Republic, it's not quite clear that they both were co-collaborators, they both were co-conspirators, and thus the process, the rule of law should take its course, considering that they both had ample opportunity for last 48 hours to come clean, but they thought not to do so.
Yes. Aditya, stay on with me, because we also have our senior editor Shravan Sen joining us with more details on the broadcast. In fact, all right, we'll connect to Shravan in just a bit, but this is the undeniable proof that now Republic TV has exposed that killer driver Gaganpreet's father is a director of New Life Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, the Delhi police has taken what the Delhi police in fact could not establish in the last 48 hours. Republic TV's investigation has, and now there is a direct link that has been confirmed between killer driver Gaganpreet and New Life Hospital authorities. This comes in less than 24 hours after the son, Navnoor Singh, had in fact claimed complete negligence by the authorities. All right, as we track this case closely, we have a breaking news coming in. Republic TV has also spoken to the investigation officer in the case. He has remained mum and has no response to Republic's question as to why no police custody of the killer driver Gaganpreet was taken. 72 hours later, the Delhi police has now conducted the post-mortem. We have that sequence with the investigation officer. Take a look.
हेलो एक्सक्यूज मी मिस्टर सिंह आपने कस्टडी क्यों नहीं, पुलिस ने कस्टडी के लिए फाइट किया फॉर ये गगनप्रीत की कस्टडी के लिए? क्या एक अटेम्प्ट किया गया था क्या कि उनको फेस वैल्यू पे क्यों लिया जा रहा है? आपने कस्टडी के लिए क्यों नहीं लड़ाई किया मिस्टर सिंह क्या फेस वैल्यू पे लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं आप लोग? सो दिस वाज द आईओ इन दिस केस, Puranpal Singh, who has denied to answer any of the question as to how the investigation is going on or whether they are taking everything that the accused Gaganpreet is saying as on face value. This is Soumya Jaiswal with Vijay Anup for Republic TV.
All right, we stay with those. We stay with those pictures. We also have senior editor Shravan Sen joining me live from the newsroom. Shravan, give us more details of Republic's special investigation in the case.
Well, in fact, what we're being able to establish right now is a direct link between the accused's family with that of the hospital. In fact, it turns out that Gurpreet's father happens to be a director as well as a shareholder. This is as per the filing that has been made by NU Life Diagnostics Private Limited. Now, this happens to be the parent company. Both the entities, the Diagnostics Private Limited as well as NU Life Hospital, have the same registered office. And as per the company filings that have been made, and this is the last company filing that was made in the month of May 2024. And in fact, thereafter, there have been no other filings, which essentially means that the pattern, the director the shareholder pattern still remains the same. There is no change. In fact, Jaspreet's father has been the director for almost over two years now. In fact, as per the documents of a company called Marine Industries, which happens to be a company owned by the accused as well as her husband, and it does show from that document that has been accessed that Jaswinder happens to be the father of the accused, and there is a direct link that established. Now, what does it really come? What's the bigger picture that basically emerged? The bigger picture is this, that remember, this incident took place 19 kilometers away from the hospital. And it turns out that following the incident, which took place around 1:30 on Sunday afternoon, you've had the accused thereafter stopping a porter van, putting the victims in the porter van, and then taking them 19 kilometers away. In fact, the driver of the porter van with whom we spoke yesterday categorically mentioned the fact that he did raise this concern with the accused, saying as to why exactly are you taking them 19 kilometers away to Azadpur in a hospital far away and not in a hospital which was 3 kilometers away. To which the accused did actually tell the driver that she knows this hospital. However, in the statement that has been recorded before the Delhi police, there is no mention of the fact that her father happens to be a director in the company. In fact, it turns out the Delhi police late last afternoon did actually connect with the hospital authorities, asking them to submit the documents of the ownership pattern. In fact, it turns out from this investigation, perhaps the Delhi police must take a look at it, that it is established. We are putting out the documents. The documents have been signed. It's a director's report that has been signed by Jaswinder, who happens to be the father of the accused, and it is clear that he has stakes in this particular hospital in Azadpur, where first aid was actually provided to Navjot as well as his wife. In fact, his wife did actually plead not once, twice before the accused, asking them to take her to a nearby hospital, which was refused by the accused.
Absolutely, Shravan, and now that we have this proof in white, in black and white, you know, the proof is there on paper, it's there on your screens, viewers. We're putting it out continuously. The question now is, will the Delhi police step up action? Shravan, do you think the Delhi police will step up action and will now try to seek police custody of the accused? Because this is one failure of the Delhi police, which Republic has established, that in the last 48 hours, the Delhi police firstly could not establish this link between the killer driver and New Life Hospital, and failed to secure police custody of the accused.
Well, in fact, it turns out that the so-called goodwill that has been shown by the accused, and that's the theory, that's the narrative that has been bought by the Delhi police, because of which late last night is when the accused was produced before a judge's residence. No custody was sought by the police, which means that today the accused is in judicial custody, paving way for the accused to actually file a bail application. And the bail application, which in all likelihood would be filed today and would come up by tomorrow. So she would be out if at all the court basically favors the accused in this particular case. But having said that, remember, the police has simply taken the accused on face value. And that is the goodwill narrative that has been bought by the Delhi police. In fact, this is a question that we asked the investigating officer. The investigating officer who was present at Deen Dayal Hospital, where the postmortem is basically underway. A question was posed to him. Let's play that out once again, in which, remember, he remains completely silent when asked as to why no custody was sought by the Delhi police.
All right, we will play that sequence out in just a bit, ladies and gentlemen. But remember, this is a Republic special investigation, bringing out the facts to you as they are. And this is our message to the Delhi police. All right, we slip into a very short break, but on the other side, we have more live and breaking stories that we're tracking for you. First one being former cricketer Yuvraj Singh has been summoned in the illegal betting app scam on the 24th of September as the ED now intensifies its investigation into the case. And also tracking the details of the India-US trade talks, and all eyes are now on the breakthrough amid a tariff standoff. Stay with us.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, healthy every day.
Nepal is burning. Gen Z protesters have taken to the streets to bring down the KP government. The protesters have been hell-bent on regime change, and KP has already resigned as the Prime Minister of Nepal, with several of his ministers in hiding and on the run. But the Gen Z has chosen its next leader, Sushila Karki.
My general concern, current immediate concern is the law and order of the country. And in order to maintain the law and order of the country demands the person who knows about the law and order. And current Chief Justice Sushila Karki is the right option, I think that. But Gen Zs are also demanding the Balen and the Harka Sampang. But they should, I think, in my point of view, they should prepare for the next general election. For that, they should not focus on maintaining the law and order, but they should prepare for anything big.
Sushila Karki is Nepal's first female Chief Justice, serving in the role from July 2016 to June 2017. Karki began her legal practice in 1979 and became a permanent Supreme Court judge in 2010. In April 2017, an impeachment motion was submitted against her in Parliament by the Maoist Centre and Nepali Congress.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Gorakhpur and Amity University.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Not counting gang violence. Great.
You get the worst ideas when you have secularism. Men give birth. No borders. America's a terrible country. These things are almost all outgrowths of secularism. But this generation, you guys want something deeper. You want something more.
U.S. most fiery right-wing speaker and U.S. President Donald Trump's close ally, Charlie Kirk, was shot dead. He was shot straight in the neck while giving speech at a uni in Utah.
Just fired a firearm. Shots fired at UVU, Charlie Kirk, Turning Point.
The 31-year-old was U.S.'s most fiery right-wing speaker.
Speaking to you in my personal capacity tonight as a 26-year-old, I see the angst of young people as well as the challenges facing new parents. I am here tonight to tell you, to warn you, that this election is a decision between preserving America as we know it and eliminating everything that we love. To hold down the good, decent middle-class patriots striving to build a family and pursue a decent life.
So who was Charlie Kirk?
If you want to have a privileged life in America, very simple. Start acting a certain way.
What do you mean act a certain way?
Get married to one person and stay married to that person and don't abandon them, of which 75% of black men do.
So, okay, we have 2 black men right here. By that statistics, one of us is not going to get married to one woman. So,
okay, I hope you guys defy the odds.
Okay, so
were you raised by two-parent household?
Yes, I was.
Okay, good, and that's why you are probably here, because that elevates my argument. Our belief system is that
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा।
त्योहार की खुशियाँ होंगी डबल। हुंडई सुपर डिलाइट डेज में आपकी मनपसंद कार्स पर मिल रही है कमाल के डील्स। वैसे लोगे तो आप हुंडई चाहे दिल की सुनो या डील्स की।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
One question that came to my mind was, how did so many people gather at one place at a particular time? So obviously, from what I've understood from what you've said, there were people asking for students to gather in different places, correct?
No. It was like the place was fixed. The time was fixed. But the person behind it or the mastermind behind it, I'm also unknown who did it. But there are few conspiracy theories. I don't want to go on them. But yeah, there are a few conspiracy theories like who might have done this.
Let me ask you a question. I'm asking you as a youth. I'm part of. I consider myself a part of the youth in India, and I'm asking you.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel